The council hall of the Galactic Union was filled with silent tension. Around the curved glass table sat leaders from 50 different star systems, each representing a race that had been part of the Great Alliance for centuries. They had faced countless discoveries, witnessed the rise and fall of empires, and welcomed new species into the fold. But that day felt different. The room carried a strange stillness, the kind that arrived before something enormous. In the center of the hall, a massive holographic screen displayed a blue-green planet spinning quietly in space. It was a world that none of the council members had ever seen before, a planet from a sector long left uncharted. The name glowing beneath it read, Earth. A soft chime echoed as the Grand Speaker rose. His form was tall and slender, skin faintly shimmering with gold. Reports confirm that the signal originated from this world, he began, his voice carrying across the chamber. A primitive transmission intercepted by our long-range observers. But what followed was not primitive. A wave of murmurs filled the air. The Grand Speaker motioned toward the hologram operator who expanded the screen. The council watched as a sequence of images unfolded, massive metallic ships moving through the void, their designs unlike any known construction. They were sharp-edged, towering, radiating purpose. One ship stood larger than the rest, shaped like a spearhead wrapped in silver armor with glowing lines of blue energy pulsing through its hull. Designation, Titan-class warship, the Grand Speaker said. This vessel belongs to the newly discovered species, humans. For a moment, no one spoke. Then a counselor from the Run system let out a nervous hiss. Titan-class? That is not possible. They are a pre-warp civilization, are they not? That was our assumption, another replied. Yet this ship's energy signature surpasses even the Union's flagship. How could such a race develop this in isolation? No one had an answer. The Grand Speaker raised his hand. Their vessel entered neutral space near the border of Council territory 2 rotations ago. Our scouts attempted peaceful contact, but when they approached, their communications failed. The human ship's sensors disabled every system within 100 kilometers without firing a single weapon. That statement sent chills through the assembly. A silence heavier than metal settled over them. The counselor from the Krell Dominion leaned forward. So they attacked first? The Grand Speaker shook his head. No, they simply watched. Far across the stars, that same Titan-class warship drifted silently in orbit above a barren moon. Inside, its long corridors gleamed with white light. The crew moved with quiet focus, each action precise and deliberate. At the command bridge, a man stood before a panoramic viewport, watching the distant shimmer of alien space. His name was Captain Daniel Holt. He was not a man easily shaken. Years of deep space missions had carved patience into his voice and steel into his thoughts. Yet, as he looked at the data hovering above his console, he felt a weight pressing behind his calm. Status on the Council fleet? He asked. His second officer, a young woman named Leah, replied, Still holding position, Captain. They haven't crossed the neutral line. Their transmissions show confusion, maybe fear. Good, Daniel said. We're not here to fight. They just don't know that yet. He glanced again at the readings from their first contact attempt. Every probe they had sent had been scanned, analyzed, and mirrored. The aliens were cautious, but they were also listening. That gave him hope. Humanity had come far in a short time. Barely a century earlier, they had been confined to their solar system, fighting over energy and land. But a single discovery changed everything. A new drive core capable of folding space without tearing it apart. It gave them the stars. The moment they reached them, they realized the universe was already full of watchers. Yet none had ever expected to meet them this soon. Back at the council hall, the debate grew fierce. Some argued for caution. Others wanted to send a full fleet to test this human threat. A counselor from the Elira sector rose, his translucent skin flickering with agitation. We cannot allow a non-member species to wield power beyond our control. What if they refuse to join us? What if they become a danger to the balance we have maintained? Another voice answered softly. And what if they simply wish to exist? Not all strength means hostility. The hall fell quiet. The Grand Speaker looked thoughtful. Perhaps it is time we see them for ourselves. A decision was made. The Council would send a delegation, one flagship, no weapons armed, carrying the symbol of peace. They would approach the human vessel directly. 3 days later, the Titan-class warship detected the incoming fleet. Unknown ships approaching from Council coordinates, Leah reported. 1 lead vessel, 10 escorts. Their weapons are powered down, Daniel nodded. Put us on alert, but hold fire. Let's see what they want. The Council flagship came to a stop just outside Earth's border space. For several long minutes, no one spoke. Then a signal request appeared on the comm screen. Open channel, Daniel said. A figure appeared, tall, with golden skin and eyes like liquid silver. His voice was clear but cautious. This is Grand Speaker Terran of the Galactic Council. We come in peace and wish to speak with the leaders of your vessel. Daniel stepped forward. This is Captain Daniel Holt of the Earth vessel Titan. Your presence is acknowledged. You are entering human space. The words hung in the air like a warning wrapped in politeness. Terran hesitated. Your technology is impressive, Captain Holt. Our council wishes to understand how your species achieved such progress without our knowledge. The galaxy has not seen a vessel like yours in thousands of years. Daniel's expression stayed calm. Because we built it ourselves. Humanity doesn't expand through conquest. We explore, we learn, we prepare for the unknown. We did not seek the galaxy's approval to exist. Terran studied him carefully. Then why bring such a warship? Surely peace does not require a vessel of destruction. Daniel smiled faintly. We do not call it a weapon. The Titan is a shield. Our history taught us that peace must be protected, not begged for. For a brief moment, neither spoke. Then Terran asked, would you allow us to visit your vessel, to share dialogue face to face? Daniel exchanged glances with Leah. Understood. Prepared docking corridor, he said. The council delegation arrived aboard the Titan soon after. As they stepped through the airlock, they were met with an overwhelming sense of scale. The corridor stretched endlessly, its walls lined with glowing conduits that pulsed like living veins. Everything about the ship seemed designed not just for function but for power. Daniel greeted them with polite formality. Welcome aboard humanity's Titan-class flagship. You'll be safe here. Terran's eyes roamed the ship's interior. Impressive. Your people have achieved much in a short time. Daniel guided them toward the central observation deck. Through the vast, transparent dome, the counselors saw the distant curve of Earth glowing beneath them. Beautiful world, Terran murmured. Daniel nodded. It's home. Every part of this ship was built to ensure we never lose it. They spoke for hours. The humans shared their history, their wars, their unity, their decision to build a vessel capable of deterring any invasion. Terran listened in silence, slowly realizing that this species had not risen through centuries of galactic mentoring like the others. They had climbed from the dirt to the stars with sheer will. When the meeting ended, Daniel said quietly, Humanity doesn't seek enemies. But we will never kneel to any council. We believe in cooperation, not control. Terran inclined his head. Perhaps, Captain Holt, that is why you frighten us. Power without ambition is something the galaxy has long forgotten. When Terran returned to the council hall days later, every member awaited his report. Well, someone demanded. Are they hostile? Terran shook his head slowly. No, they are resolute. They hold the strength to destroy, yet the will not to use it. Their ship, this Titan, is unlike anything we have seen. It could face our fleets and survive, but they do not wish to fight, the council murmured again. One voice asked, then what are we to do? Invite them? Fear them? Terran looked around the chamber. Perhaps both. He paused, then said, They call their vessel a shield, not a sword. I believe them, yet when I stood upon that deck I felt something that chilled me more than any threat. I saw humanity's eyes looking into the galaxy. Not with arrogance, but with understanding. They know what we are capable of. They built that ship to remind us that they will not be ruled. The hall fell silent once more. Even the hum of the energy conduit seemed distant. Then, almost reluctantly, the Grand Speaker said, Send a message of peace to Earth. Let them know the Council will respect their boundaries. The galaxy has enough wars, perhaps. It is time we remember humility. Weeks passed. The Titan continued its silent patrol near the edge of known space. Humanity had proven its presence, and the galaxy had listened. No fleet crossed into their borders again. No threats were made. On the bridge, Daniel stood before the viewport, watching the calm stars drift by. Leah approached him with a soft smile. Council transmission received, Captain. They've officially recognized Earth's sovereignty. Daniel nodded. Took them long enough. Do you think they'll trust us now? She asked. He looked at the endless stretch of stars. Maybe not yet. But they'll think twice before underestimating us again. She smiled faintly. So what now? He folded his hands behind his back. Now we keep building. We explore,